I want to welcome you to the sixth meditation of the 2025 season with now Cynthia Tootle. This time we will follow a different format as befits the guided meditation that Cynthia Tootle prepared.
Sit
More
down now.
in a moment. It
Moving
helps
it.
if you mute your phone. There you go. And I'm Mary Hunt at Water, and I'm delighted to welcome you. I'm here with my colleagues, Wed and Magdalena, who are handling the IT tonight, and our friend Cynthia Tootle. Last month, we heard from Lillian Lewis in this space, who inspired us in meditation on the wardrobe taking the next step as a response to contemporary U.S. events through a snippet from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Chapter 1, Chronicles of Narnia. The need for a new world is front and center today, as it was in the time of the tales. These remain helpful as our meditation deepens. I invite you to look on our website under programs, and then you'll find a meditation section, and you'll find both the video and the notes to Lillian Lewis's very helpful and challenging presentation from last month. So as we begin today, let us begin with a land acknowledgement, as we always do here at Water. This reminds us of who we are and what we do and why we do it, and what we need to do more of, given the systemic injustice that Indigenous and other people of color face in this country. A land acknowledgement simply begins the process. It is not an end in itself. I acknowledge that we at Water are on Indigenous land in Silver Spring, Maryland. This was the traditional and contemporary land of the Piscataway and Anacostan peoples. We acknowledge the trauma and injustice toward Indigenous people that is so deep in U.S. culture and history. We join in efforts to eradicate it and to make reparations for the genocide involved. Water's work, as many of you know, is aimed to bring about social justice. So as we begin our meditation tonight, I invite you to consider the Native people on whose land you sit. Please feel free to list them if you wish in the chat as a way to honor them. We'll take just a moment of silence to collect ourselves in their memory. Thank you so much. Our format is normally to have a short presentation followed by 22 minutes of shared silence with a gong ringing in between. But a few months ago, we talked about the many ways there are to meditate, and Cynthia Tootle will share tonight a guided meditation for about a half an hour, which I hope you will find helpful and enjoyable. Know that as you enter into the shared silence with her voice and some music, that it's the very act of being here and being here together, joining us all in the contemplation that we endeavor to enjoy. And that being together in contemplation is the heart of holiness. The rest, as the rabbis say, is commentary. I thank you for being here, and I welcome in a special way those who may be new. I know Cynthia shared information about this session with some people in other groups that she's a part of, and if some of those are with us, as along with some of the Water regulars, you are all more than welcome, and we delight in having Cynthia's friends and wish that you would come back another time. So I invite you now to mute your audio until the time to share, which will be after Cynthia finishes her presentation. So there will not be the usual 6 to 8 minutes followed by 22 minutes. It will all be of a piece tonight. When she finishes, when we've all had a chance to engage in the guided meditation with her, we will open the floor for comments and concerns that might arise. Let me introduce my friend, the Reverend Cynthia Tootle, Water's nearest neighbor, as I think of her. She lives mere blocks from the office on Silver Spring Avenue and enjoys a wonderful deep backyard, which Cynthia, I am sure, is absolutely beautiful at this season. Cynthia Tootle is an engineer by training and vocation. She had a long career with the federal government at a time when few women were doing her kind of work. Now, in retirement from the government, she has become a very active minister at the Takoma Metaphysical Chapel in Takoma Park, Maryland, suburban Washington, D.C., right here in our neighborhood. The Takoma Metaphysical Chapel is an eclectic group of people, welcoming and inviting, diverse and seeking, a place so necessary in this town where many people, because of the federal cuts, are out of work. Many people are immigrants or others seeking meaning in hard times. There is no shortage of work for Cynthia Tootle in the Takoma Metaphysical Chapel. I mentioned earlier there will be no gong tonight, just Cynthia's leadership to move us into meditation. Thank you, Cynthia. We look forward to going with you on this interior journey. We are in your capable hands.
Well, good evening, all of you. Before we start the meditation, I want to clarify that although I will be your guide or leader, and you will be following my voice, that the destination on this journey will be yours to pick. So before we start, I would like for you to consider, two things. I would like for you to consider who you would like to meet on the spirit side. I will use the term guide to refer to that being, but you can pick whoever you want. It can be Jesus or Buddha or a saint or a teacher or an angel, whoever you would like to. So pick the being that you would like to interact with. I will refer to that being as guide. And I would suggest you write it down. And also to write an intent. That is, do you have a question to ask of this person? This person can be historical, could be maybe a loved one that's passed over. So is there intent, a question or guidance you would like to have, a question you would like to have answered, any of that sort of thing. So write down the name or description of the guide. And I would recommend you write down your intent, because when you get very relaxed, as a reminder, I'm going to say, oh, remember your intention, remember your intent, so that you will be reminded, because sometimes it slips away as you relax. And so let us begin. And you can add the music in the picture now, because this is no longer about seeing me, only listen to my voice. And start simply by relaxing. Get comfortable in your chair. Make sure your body is not cooked in an angle, but nice and flat, so you can sink into your chair and let it support you. It's an easy thing. Allowing your body to create a posture in the chair that is comfortable and safe. And for the next half hour, it's going to be easy and at ease. And when you get yourself totally relaxed in your chair, I suggest that you start paying attention to your breathing. You don't need to change it. Just attend to it. Become aware how your body shifts when you inhale and feels when you exhale. And with each exhale, just allow any tension in your body to release. It's very simple to sigh and release the day. If you sigh once, you might relax everything on the top of your head. And sigh again and relax your neck. With the next sigh, relax your shoulders. And as you continue, scan down your torso and let it relax. And sigh and let your legs relax. As you keep breathing and keep exhaling, you find your body become softer and quieter and at ease. And yet your mind becomes clearer, sparkling and clear as you let go of all thoughts, of all sensations of the day, and allow yourself to be physically asleep and mentally wide awake, preparing for this journey. Where your body now is relaxed and your mind is awake and curious and eager. What is next? I bet you've all heard the Rumi poem, "Beyond the thoughts of right doing and wrong doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there." And that's what we're going to do. Leaving our bodies in comfort and rest. We're going to step out beyond the thoughts of right doing and wrong doing to the field. It's very easy. It takes no effort for the soul to move out into the field with all of the wonderful spirits that are listening to my voice. Out in the field. In your imagination, in your mind, in your heart and soul, feel yourself move out to the field beyond the thoughts of right doing and wrong doing. Feel the joy and the release to be in this beautiful field. Feel us all gathered there with you. Feel the connections of our spirits together in the beautiful field under the blue sky. Isn't it sweet to be with each other in this place? Feel the sensations of it. The sun on our skin, the sensation of breeze, the scent of flowers and fields, grasses. So the work of the journey is gone. Now it's time for play. You each have a guide that you would like to have come to you. So in your mind, create the perfect place for your guide to come to you. It could be just a blanket on this field that you could share, or a couple lawn chairs down by the creek that is along the bottom of the field. Or maybe it's into the woods that is near us. Maybe you create a bench in a garden. Create in your mind a place of welcome. Fill it with beautiful details. And when it's ready, if your guide hasn't already eagerly come, send out with your open heart and your open mind your longing for your guide to come, your wish, your prayer. Ask for the guide to come be with you. In your relaxation, in your peace, become aware of your guide. It could be that you perceive this guide in many ways. Maybe you see the guide. Maybe you just feel the guide touching your cheek or hand. Maybe they bring you a color or a scent or a song. Maybe you just know they're there. Open yourself to perceive, to listen, to hear your guide. I hardly think I need to tell you how to welcome your guide. Maybe if you've asked for a teacher, you might need to ask for a name, or at least a way to call them back when you want to talk to them again. I will remind you of your intention. In the beauty of their presence, don't forget you had a question or something you wanted to say. Something you wanted to ask. Now's the time. And if you get an answer that isn't very clear to you, feel free to ask for it to be clarified. And you might ask your guide if there is someone else on the other side that wants to talk to you, that has a message for you. You can invite another. I remind you again of your intention. I ask you to note this moment. What does it feel like, this place with this being or beings? If you want to come back to this place again, is there some marker that you can put? Maybe it's flower or a song or a sensation that you can call by a name, a signifier of what this place is. Because you can return here whenever you wish. So leave yourself some breadcrumbs on how to get there. And as it becomes time to leave this place and go back to the field and join us, you may want to express your gratitude to your guide for being with you, for sharing with you. And before you go, they give you a gift. Gift of love and remembrance. And you know you'll remember the gift and what they have said and told you or shown you. But now it's time to say farewell to them and go back to the field beyond the thoughts of right doing or wrong doing with all of us. And as we gather in the field, let us come together and send love and peace and joy out to all of whom we love, and for all those people we're having a hard time loving, but we know need it. Let us share this web of love to all the beings around the planet. And I bet you'll note some of them are already in the field beyond the thoughts of right doing and wrong doing too. Feel the joy of all of them and all of us together. And knowing that you can come back to the field at any time. Let's bring back the sense of joy with a clear, very, very easy, clear step out of the field and back into our bodies. Bring the joy into our physical being. So now and tomorrow and the next day we can share it with all those that we see and are around. And we sink back into our bodies. Let's become aware of it. Maybe move our fingers. Feel our body waken up. some point, you're going to want to open your eyes, look around your place as a way of grounding. And very, very quickly, we are back. And that is a guided meditation.
Thank you very much to Cynthia Tootle for this wonderful experience that we've just enjoyed together. I'd like to just take a moment of silence for people to collect ourselves as we come back and before we open the floor for any kind of discussion, but I start with thanking you, Cynthia. And we can also thank our various spirit guides for joining us in this exercise and thank each other for being here, for creating the kind of space that made it even more enjoyable, meaningful, and fulfilling because we did it together. Again, with special thanks to Cynthia Tootle. The floor is open if anyone would like to make a comment. You don't need to, there's no obligation. But if anyone would like to make a comment, either on the experience itself or something that might have emerged for you as an insight, we'll just take a few minutes to do that tonight. And we'll use the usual raise hands button, which is down on the reaction section of the bottom of your screen, I hope. And you simply raise your hand and then you'll come to the top of the queue for us. And then you can lower your hand. Just tell us who you are, and if you'd like to make a comment, again, no obligation. The floor is open. Thank you. Yes, Rita Mary, please go ahead. Is it Rita Mary or is it, let me see. Do you want to just unmute if it's?
Sorry, Adrian from Canada, and we're at campground.
I'm sorry, we're having trouble hearing you. We'll come back. Anyone else? You can also just wave your hand or.
Sorry, our connection is bad, so maybe I'll skip.
Okay, no worries. You can always put something in the chat if you'd like as well.
Okay.
Although we're hearing you at the moment, so. Okay, Cheryl
I
Nichols.
just want to say that I'm usually.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm usually the one that does the guided meditation, so it was really special for me to be on the receiving end tonight. And just the voice is so beautiful, Cynthia. It's just.
Yeah, we've lost our connection there with our Canadian friends, but I think I can finish her sentence. Cynthia, do a beautiful job of conveying the meditation to us and of taking us with you in what feels like a safe and fruitful journey. So thank you. I think I probably speak for my colleague. I'm going to go to Cheryl Nichols, whose hand I saw first, and then to Alice Quinlan.
Yes, Cynthia, I could use you every morning. Thank you. It was truly beautiful. And when you were asking us to choose a guide, you can see, I don't know, I have a lot of guides behind me, but I knew exactly who I wanted to ask. And it was a beautiful experience. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Cheryl. I'm sure you could call Cynthia on those mornings. Alice Quinlan, you're next. Thank you, Cheryl. Alice Quinlan and Terre Haute.
Well, I echo the previous comment about the guides. This whole experience was just wonderful, and I really needed it today. And so I thank you so much. But one thing that came to me was there are many guides I have that I could reach out to, and I don't think I reach out to them as I ought or could or will. So thank you. You opened my eyes today as well. There was a phrase you used several times and it caught my attention, and then I let it go and it came back and it caught my attention. And so I want to say that phrase, and perhaps Cynthia asked you to maybe embellish or comment or say something about beyond the thoughts of right doing and wrongdoing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is a Rumi poem. Beyond the thoughts of right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. And the next stanza starts when the soul lies in that field, and that just inspired me to centralize in this. It's like, yes, letting go of thought and moving out to where the soul lives. And I just felt like because I'm an interfaith minister, so I tend to not put it in the terms of any particular religion. So that to me just is like made a nice springboard. So that's why I use that phrase. Thank you, Rumi, for that phrase.
Yes, thank you both, and Alice, especially for bringing that up as a very important phrase, I think. And you also, and Cheryl as well, mentioned multiple guides and the choice of which one to pick. And I really liked, Cynthia, the option late in the meditation to add a second one. And I added someone who didn't know the first one at all. So there was they had never met. So it made for an even richer, more many-dimensioned kind of experience. And I really appreciated that invitation.
When I was planning this, if we were doing a 45-minute one, you could you could maybe bring more people in, but I thought for sure it's like a guide, a talk. But when we got into it, I was like, well, another one might want to slip in and chat, because that to me is the also beauty of spirit is the guides, whatever form they take, often want to talk to us. And so sometimes I think it's helpful to one, to go out for a particular one, but also to say, okay, there's somebody else out there that has this message, slip it in now. So that was sort of what happened. Is I was, and this was, I've been thinking about it, but I ad-libbed it. I do not do it from a script, as it were. So like, oh, it just seemed like the right thing.
Well, I found it to be. Thank you. The floor is open. Virginia Day.
Thank you. Cynthia, I wanted to thank you really for modeling, guided meditation for me. I'm such a heady person. Um, uh, and I haven't, tried to maybe use that either in my years as chaplain or now as spiritual director. But I see the gift really that it can be. So, I'm very grateful to you for modeling and then giving me the opportunity to speak again with my spiritual director, a wonderful woman who's been deceased now for a few years. So it was a great gift. And that example of what might I ask her. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Virginia. Would anyone else like to make a comment? Not seeing any additional hands, I'm going to thank Cynthia Tootle once again for a very, very meaningful, powerful, impactful experience. And I think that you have left us with something so rich that we will be, as you said at the beginning, in a couple days. You said it might be a couple days when you come back to this. I think we'll come back to this in our own lives many, many times. And perhaps listen or watch this video again, maybe picking a different guide. I just had one, this is just a curiosity, but do you ever suggest that people would pick a guide who was not, as it were, on the other side, but someone who is in this world and maybe we don't have regular access to, or maybe we'd like to have access to? That's just a curiosity, Cynthia. Just wondered.
I that's certainly something you can do, because the higher self and the soul of the other people are there. Of course, sometimes it's just better to just pick up a phone call. Hey, hi there, how you doing? Yeah, so, but yes, you could do that.
I just don't know
And
that Sonia Sotomayor would take my call,
oh yeah, well, it's funny. I did a trance once, and I had been led to do some healing on people, and sort of when I was done, I sort of moved into like a different room, and I saw John McCain. This was before he passed away. And I said to him, I've been told to do healing. Do you want me to try on you? And he said, no, I'm tired. And he died about 6 weeks later. And, you know, there was a part of me that was like, when I was there was no question in my mind that that I had been guided to him to offer. And no, he was ready so to move on. So yeah, I do think you can to deal with living people like, hey, you want to have a conversation with the Dalai Lama or somebody? I mean, he meditates all the time. I'm sure you could tune into him. But on the other hand, there's a pretty rich group of people. Of course, when I go talk to goddesses because that's my path. So it's like there's enough of them that I can talk to them. But this is just a version of guided meditation. I mean, there's many ways of
Somebody.
that they take in many different forms. So, but this is just one I thought that might be dear to some of you that would have a question for somebody, and so I was moved to use that as the format.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Okay, well, I would like to close our time together again with thanks to Cynthia and to our guides and to each and every one who's around the circle tonight or this morning, as in Coralie's case, it is morning. And I just want to mention future water programs. There'll be something at the office on Thursday afternoon between 3 and 5. It seems that there was Dignity, the Catholic LGBTQIA group, had asked us to plan a little tea for people who were coming in for World Pride. Now it turns out that not very many people are coming in for World Pride. So there'll be just a few of us in the office having a chat, the staffs of these of our respective groups and so forth. But something to think about, that the damper has been put on the World Pride celebration with so many people from around the world choosing not to come, both because it's in the US and because it's in Washington, and not wanting to commune, as it were, with us. But just to say, keep that in your thoughts and prayers as well, that there may come a time again when World Pride will be a large thing happening somewhere in all freedom and openness. And then on Wednesday, June the 11th, at the office at 1 o'clock, we will be having a Zoom discussion, which is specific to the interns and people who have been with us as staff over the years, to really talk about what their experience of water contributed to their personal lives, and what it can contribute to the conflicted world that we live in. And just to get the ideas and thoughts of people who have been in the office over the years, and there have been over 100 interns. There certainly will not be anywhere close to that in the call, but there'll be at least a handful to a bit of a quorum, we'll say, to talk about these things, and we'll report later to people. But just to, again, keep that in your own thoughts and prayers as something that will help us to discern where we're moving and what really the world needs at this point, which I think especially younger colleagues will have a good handle on. And then on the 27th, which is a Tuesday at 7:30 in the evening, there will be a Pride Standing Up for Who We Are and What We Believe ritual that Diane New and the water staff will put on. And this being Pride Month, we will rejoice in the struggles of LGBTIQ plus people and advocates for social justice, and celebrate the powerful impact that we're having throughout the world. This is a very important time, I think, with rising threats against queer people and women and people of color, especially, and particularly trans people. It comes at a time when we've been at these issues for decades, and we have no intention of turning back. In fact, if anything, we will double our efforts to widen and broaden and deepen the net of those who are included. So that's a good experience, I think, upcoming on Tuesday, June the 27th at 7:30 p.m. And then our next meeting of this group, the meditation group, will be Monday, July the 7th at 7:30. And we have very special leadership for that evening. Our own Wed and Magdalena, our own water interns this year, from Germany, will be leading the meditation, theme to be announced, but they assure me it will be epic. So I invite all of you to be with us for that because I have every confidence it will be epic. I don't know whether that's going to mean that it's going to be, dancing and carrying on, or whether it will be multimedia, or whether we will be taken into spheres we've never been before. But there will be an epic quality to it, just to assure you of that without revealing whatever they have up their sleeves in terms of content. So I hope that it is a sufficient inducement for you to return on July the 7th at 7:30 p.m. All are welcome. You're always welcome at Water Programs. We love your donations. We welcome everybody at programs without cost because we believe at Water, if we share together, there's enough. And the good news is that together there's enough if we share. So with that, I thank Cynthia Tootle again for a rich and abundant sharing. Really, really just a wonderful experience. Yes, I think applause in order. And the Zoom is open now for anyone who wants to have conversation. But just to say, oh, Alice Quinlan's got she's got the, Kitty's got him going too. Okay, so Cynthia, those are for you. From Water, good night, good day, good wishes, good struggle.